Hello everybody, welcome to Dungeon Master for Hire. My name is Professor PUI and I will be your Dungeon Master for this video. In today's video, we will be covering the added feature recently released from TaleSpire, the rulers, and how to use them. Alrighty, so what are rulers and how do I access them? Well, if you look on your screen, you can see that maybe there's another button that's been added right next to the toggle box. Right here. It says toggle rulers and you select. Quickly, you'll have the sphered ruler, which is the number 3 here. We have 3 of them. We have 3 rulers. We have the cone, which you can use to measure the units of expansion and the width of the radius. You can have the lined ruler, which you can use to make a path and plan out your next move with your friends, or the sphered one, which tells you how big your circle or your blast or any range circular wise you can target. There isn't a pillar one, which I think it's the only one that's missing. There are some attacks that are pillars that go upwards. Like, they're very high level spells. They're very low on the need for them. But a pillar one won't be necessary, as you could just do this and then just aim upwards. So it should be fine. So with these rulers, you can, well, use them to measure, as their rulers are used for. So let's take into account this mage that we have here, and she casts Fireball. So she targets Fireball right on the enemy's feet, and it's going to go, let's say, 4 units, as 4 feet equals 20. As she targets the creature, and anything in 4 units, which is 4 tiles, is targeted all around her. So the creature takes the Fireball, including that bush, the tree in the back, and everything around it catches fire, because anything that's not worn catches fire. So she starts a forest fire while trying to kill an enemy. Alright, that's one. That's one thing she could do. Or, we can toggle this on and off to reset, or she can try to cast Burning Hands, which is a 15-foot cone, so it's 3 units. So from her position, 3 units is here. She would need to get closer. So that being said, you would need to cancel the ruler, move her closer, let's say here, and she can measure up if her attack hits. Which kinda does, but it's all hearsay, and it's really hard to read units. And we'll get into that in a moment. But with this, you'll be able to measure if a character is able to hit, is in range, or is in any danger of attack. And now if we switch, let's say this character needs to get into position, so it's going to measure if she has enough speed to get there. Now for a fighter, a normal fighter, usually they have 30 feet of movement. 30 feet is 6 units, so she has more than enough movement to get onto the enemy's position and stuff like that. Reeling units is really hard, isn't it? Wouldn't it be fun to change that? Make it more user-friendly? Well, as it turns out, you can! Here in the campaign, we have a world unit. We can change the name of the distance, so let's say feet, since this is D&D, what I usually use, and change the tile size to equal to 5 feet. So now, I can measure how many feet my paladin needs to run in order to be in range. She is under 27 feet, so she would be using 25 feet of movement just to get in front of the giant. That being said, that makes it really easy to translate to your players what your maximum movement is. You can draw the path, you can, if they're going to try a different maneuver, you can like maneuver them around. It's like, oh, your maximum would be here if you're going to do that L movement you're talking about. And for mages, which is the ones who are using rulers a lot anyway, now you can specify, oh, I'm in range of my own fireball. Unless I'm an evocation, which means I can just make a pocket in my range, and you protect yourself from all that damage. The beautiful thing about rulers is they're not set to just the DM. The players can actually use the rulers. If I switch my role to player, I still have rulers. I can still put this up, and it'll show for the other players and DM, so they can correlate if it works or not. So, taking that to the players having the game, now they can just as easily plan out their route. Like, I would like to do this. Can I DM? Yes, you can. It'll be a lot easier to convey the message. So, that is all I can really talk about rulers. Rulers are a new feature. They might run into some changes, they might run into some improvements. But right now, this was needed because it was really hard to measure things when, you know, the players have a different perspective. The tiles, these 2D2 tiles are really hard to read for some players. Now I have an actual ruler and telling them, nope, this is a distance, that's too far off your range, this is too far off your movement, that'll be too hard for your character to make. And so now makes it a lot easier for everybody to, you know, be in the bounds of the world. And just as I changed the units to feet, you could change them to centimeters, depending. You can change them to meters, which would be the closest approximation. You can change them to any type of measurement needed in that campaign. And so that is all for rulers, and if I learn anything new, any updates, any changes, I will be making another video, an update video, to keep you guys up to date on what TaleSpire is going through. If you like this video and would like to see more, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that like, and share it with your friends. Tell them TaleSpire is getting good. Like, every update, they add more stuff. There's more to do, there's more characters to play with. And it's not going to be that expensive once it leaves beta. So, use this as a, check this out, guys. It's not that bad, we can try it. It's really fun. Just try. It'll be fun. It'll be something to talk about as well. So, that is all for today. Hope you guys find this informative. Until next time, class is dismissed.